Life after 50. So this video is a follow-up of my previous video. I will pin it here or here, wherever YouTube is going to pop it. And the title of that video is, what is it? It's Never Too Late Starting Over After 50. So at that time when I created that initial video, you can go back and watch it. I'm not going to go deep into that video. I was 49 years old. I was living in Tampa. I'm still a resident of Tampa, but I'm traveling abroad right now. Um, but I was 49 years old, living in Tampa. I just finished packing up my apartment to start traveling abroad. This week was my 50th birthday. I turned 50. I still feel the same, but I turned 50. So I'm excited about that. I enjoyed my 50th birthday here in Playa del Carmen. I am at month 5, so I wanted to give you all a few updates. So I have some notes in my phone that I wanted to go over, but the follow-up are is or are or is you're going to get bloopers and all in this video. But the follow-up is just to let you know things about traveling abroad, the pricing, what things I've changed in my life and my business since I started. And it's just so that for you guys that are thinking of traveling abroad for long periods of time or thinking about moving abroad, you can kind of take some of these things into consideration. So let's start with pricing. And I know for those of you that are going to different locations outside of, I'm in Playa del Carmen, Mexico right now. So if you're going to different locations, pricing is going to be different. But this is just kind of a what to look for when you're traveling abroad. And this, a part of this is anywhere. When I first decided to start traveling abroad, I said um, I was going to do all Airbnbs the entire time I was here. But when I got here, I saw that I thought that it was a little bit cheaper I'm trying to save as many coins as I can. But I thought it was going to be cheaper to rent. In most cases, it is. But I've rented a few apartments for a month at a time here. And with the deposits and the fees and the electric bills and the water bills, it was coming up to the exact same thing that I was paying at with Airbnbs. So just say, for example, an Airbnb is about $1,200 a month here in Playa del Carmen. So if you're finding an Airbnb that's $1,200 with fees and taxes and everything, but you're renting, when I was renting, I found a beautiful apartment. I'm actually downstairs in the same building now, but the apartment upstairs, I was paying about $900 a month. But on top of that, you had to pay the electric bill, and in Quintaru, the electricity is pretty high. So you had to pay the electric bill, water bill, so and then their what do you call it? Deposit, of course. You have to pay all those fees. So it still ended up being the same thing that I was paying in Airbnb. But the thing that I want you all to look out for when you're traveling abroad is, and I'm going to say this first. When I'm traveling to future countries, I'm probably just going to go through Airbnb because I've rented 3 apartments through a management company and have not received any of the deposits back. Each of the deposits were small. They were not huge. Like a lot of people are coming here and they're paying the 1 month's rent and 1 month deposit. Plus, some are paying like a contract fee. I didn't have to pay a contract fee. I didn't have to pay a full month's deposit. But my total deposits, I would say, altogether for those 3 units were almost $800. Haven't gotten any of that back yet at all. Um, and I'm not going to say, well, I haven't had any communication with the management company, no responses or anything. And I'm not going to say anything bad about that management company because the management company that I was with was super kind. They were super helpful. They were very accommodating, if I must say that, but no deposit returns at all. So a lot of people I'm hearing in Facebook communities that I'm in don't expect your deposit back and things like that. So that's something that you definitely want to look out for when you're traveling abroad. This is why I've made the decision to just go directly through Airbnb for future places that I'm traveling through Airbnb, or just different platforms, because I want to make sure that I don't have that added stress or added, I'm not even going to say payment, because it's coming out the same, but dealing with management companies all across the world versus just going into a platform and just making payment, going in, enjoying your space and keeping it moving is a totally different thing. So I've also set up with a travel agency. So some of these things that I'm doing, I'm going to be getting paid for. Some of the places that I'm staying in, I'll be able to get paid for them, paid a commission for them. So I'll be doing that as well. But I will no longer be going directly through management companies, putting deposits down, and not getting them back, because it's not just happening here in Playa del Carmen or in Mexico. I'm seeing in other communities, or Facebook communities that I'm in, that a lot of people are not getting their money back. Second thing I want to talk about is um, hair. And this is for us Black women, for us African American women. When I came here, I had found a couple of ladies to do my braids. I was used to getting braids before. And I thought that it was going to be cheaper than the US. It's not. It's not. When you come here, don't expect to get braids, twists, whatever, locks, whatever you're planning on getting. If you're coming to Playa del Carmen, don't expect to get it cheaper. You may be more. Some of the people that I reached out to, it costs even more than it did in the US. And I was told it was because of the pricing of the hair here, or they have to have it shipped in. So I do totally get that, but it was unexpected. My hair, I have single leaf twists. My hair was not more than what I normally pay in the US. It was less because the person was having a sale. So I'm grateful for that. But don't expect, and this is, like I said, it's different in different places, because I look at videos of ladies going to Thailand, which is on my list, to go and to stay for a month or two. Ladies that are going there and they're getting their hair done for half the price of what we normally pay in the US. So just kind of know that some places that you go to, pricing may be the same. I'm hearing Panama. Panama is the next place that I'll be going to. So Panama prices are the same as basically the US in most places. I'm not going to say everything is the same, because I haven't been there yet to experience it. But from what I'm hearing that everything is about the same as far as living. But yeah, you want to make sure that you're looking into like your hair care, like hair care products. The first several months I was here, I was just wearing my hair back in a ponytail. And I had to, because it's so hot here, like wash it, and so much more than I normally did. So it dried my hair out. And the water here is very hard. So just think about your hair products. When you're coming here, you want to make sure, if you're coming to Playa del Carmen, make sure you're bringing your hair products, and make sure you're bringing your seasonings. They don't have any of our seasonings. The seasonings that we use in the US, they don't have it. And I know it's probably because the seasonings in the US are not um, good standard, up to good standards, but there's some seasonings that I still need. So we'll jump on past that. But whatever questions you have about moving abroad, about traveling abroad, let me know in the comments. Up next, I am going to be going to Panama. I chose Panama because with Panama, it's outside of the hurricane belt. I am used to living in Tampa now, so we have hurricanes every year. So I want to be outside of that. I am going to be going to Tampa to hang out with my daughter for a little bit, and then going to Panama. From this point forward, I'm not going to say probably, but I'm not going to stay the entire 6 months of whatever the the country allows. So like for example, Panama allows 6 months, Costa Rica allows 6 months. Probably only going to do like 2 or 3 months, because I do want to um I mean, I miss my daughter. Even though she's 26 years old, it's like every time she calls or if something is wrong, I feel numb. Like literally, I'm in a space where I'm numb because I can't just get in the car and get to her, or she can't just come and hang out with me for the weekend. So my trips for that reason is going to be slow, a little bit slower. I mean, not a little bit slower, a little bit shorter, so that I can spend time with her in between. She hasn't been able to visit as much because she's in school finishing up like clinicals and things like that. So she has a lot going on. So for at least the next year, my trips are going to be shorter. I'm still going to travel, but I'll be visiting Tampa in between to hang out with her. But let's jump into a few things that I've changed in my business and in my mindset since I left the US February 24th. Today is July 11th, a few 5 days after my 50th birthday. But a few things that I've changed is, and it's two things that I really wanted to come here and work on. Um, One was healing, and then two was my mindset. Well, I'm gonna say three. Third was money management. Because living in the US is kind of hard to manage money now because everything is so high. So here I wanted to kind of work on those things. I have shifted so much since I've been here with my mindset because I've learned to relax a little bit more. I've learned to take time during the day and just sit and listen for inspired action so that I am not always in the space where I'm always working 24/7. Now, I still work a lot. I still work a lot, but I do take those 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute downtimes. I'm somebody that used to be um, well, this just started happening a couple of weeks ago, honestly, or last month. I would always say, I'm not taking a nap during the day. Well, I guess when you're getting close to 50, those naps during the day turn coming real handy because I've started doing it sometimes. I'll just lay down for like an hour, turn on like some meditation music or something and relax, and I wake up feeling my best. So think that's something that I've kind of rolled in since I've come here. I've been walking a lot more. I'm sure that I've lost some weight, even though I'm kind of tiny already. I'm sure I've lost weight because I have walked so much. Some days I take 10, 15,000 steps because this is a fully walkable community, and I don't have a car. So I love walking. I love seeing different things here. So that's something that I've changed. So life after 50 is kind of crazy because I'm doing a lot more walking than I did at my younger age. Um, but let's talk about the business side of things. For those of you that want to travel abroad, and you are in a space of worrying about how will I make money when I travel abroad. And I've spoken about this in a few videos, so you can go back and watch some of the videos on my channel sharing with you how to earn money online, digital products, and things like that. But one of the biggest things that I found is an issue in my business that I'm working on setting up now are systems, automations in my business. A lot of times we put out things for sale as entrepreneurs. And for those of you that are watching that have digital courses, that have mini courses or coaching packages or things like that, you know that most of the things you do, it has to be manual unless somebody's going on your calendar and scheduling on your calendar a lot. Most of us have calendar links now. But other than that, our funnels, our websites are not optimized to make more sales. Our content is not optimized. We're not using the right platforms. So I am changing those things up now. One of the platforms that I've decided to use since I've moved is no longer Facebook, is no longer Instagram, like I know, and even TikTok, because I'm so tired of the up and downs with TikTok, with TikTok about whether it's going to shut down or not. Um, but I am using, well, two platforms, YouTube and Pinterest. These are two search-based platforms that are beasts at lead generation. You getting leads, you getting people that are getting to know, like, and trust you based on the content that you put out. You don't have to go on video, like on TikTok and pop lock and drop it. Or not, you're not dropping it, but pop lock in order for you um, to get traction. You don't have to go live all day, every day for hours on end in order for you to get paid. Right now on YouTube, I am above the watch hours for monetization, but I'm about, I think, three, maybe 400 people short of hitting that thousand, not $1,000, the thousand subscribers in order to be monetized. So these are things that I'm looking forward to doing because that'll be income that I can be bringing in alongside my digital products that I'm going to be sharing here and on Pinterest, and bringing in income while I'm on the beach, while I'm walking, doing my walks, while I'm reading my books. I'm still giving value, but I'm giving that value from automated systems. And while I'm able to travel abroad to Panama, to Thailand, to Bali, to the different places on these cruises, because as we know, so a lot of these cruises, your Wi-Fi, your internet is not very good. So we want to make sure that income is coming in. So whatever questions you have about traveling abroad or about passive income, be sure to drop them in the comments because I want to make sure the content that I'm creating here is content that helps you move forward with what you need to do in life. So I am encouraging you to go ahead and check out my membership. It's called Passive Income and Passports. There are trainings in there that show you how to create mini courses, courses which are quick courses that you can put out there for $27. It also teaches you about how to create a signature course, which is a larger course that is, I would say, on average $297 or more, $297 to $997. So it teaches you how to do that. There's also ebooks in there that you can grab and learn from, or you can resell. So you have PLR rights and MRR rights, which is basically giving you the right to rebrand it as your own and resell it. There are challenges in there, video challenges. There's a ton of information in there, but I just suggest whenever you join, just look at the tabs that we have in there. Under the classroom tab, we have AI, a lot of AI stuff there as well. Look at what you need now. Look at what is in alignment with what you're currently needing to do at this moment. Because there's content I've relaunched that probably about a year and a half ago. So there's a lot of stuff there. But look at what's in alignment with what you're currently doing and dive in. That community is also there for you, for us to support you in your journey. A lot of times we're going on TikTok, on YouTube, on different platforms, researching, but we're not implementing because we don't have that community. We don't have that support system. We don't have that accountability. But my membership is meant to be that, and a lot of other memberships. But my membership specifically is meant to be that support system that you need. So let me know if you have any questions. I am here to support you, even if you're not planning to travel abroad like me, even if you just want to earn that extra passive income. A lot of us are in a space where we are getting up there in age, 50s, 60s, ready to retire, but financially, we may not be ready to retire. So these additional digital products, these ebook sales, these digital course sales can put us in a space where we don't have to go and work a second job or a new job after we've retired. I was watching a video yesterday. I think it was on TikTok. The lady was showing her screen. No, I think it was YouTube, here on YouTube. She was showing her screen, sharing all of the sales that she'd made yesterday, or the day before I was watching the video. And she had products that were $27 and $47. And she made that day it was over 200 sales. So just imagine your products are selling every single day. You're selling $47 products every single day, and you selling 10 of those a day. That's 400, like $470 a month. I mean, not a month, a day. $14,000 a month. Now, how many of you would be able to travel the world with that? How many of you would be able to dance out of that 9 to 5? How many of you would be able to pay for that house or car that you've been kind of thinking about, but being able to pay for it without flinching from a digital product, which is probably something that you already have in your head? I have somebody that, a client and somebody that's in my community that set up a course on gardening. Her course is a $27 course, but she set it up about gardening. People are in a space now where they want to know about gardening. They want to grow their own fruit and vegetables. So her training is about to come in handy because this is something that people need to know. So if you're somebody that does gardening, or if you're somebody that does that helps, like I have a few other ladies in my community that help with help authors. If you're somebody that writes books, if you're somebody that you've been coaching about something, or something that people have always come to you for, is already in your head, you can just put it in a course. And a lot of people, and I'm going to say this and then I'll end this video, a lot of people are in a space where they're worried about putting a course out there because they feel like it's going to be too much. In my membership, I share with you how you can create a mini course in less than 48 hours, in less than a day, actually, if you sit down and push everything on your schedule to the side and do it. Today is Friday, if you jump into that membership today and we have mosquitoes here in Mexico, everywhere else too, of course, but if you jump into that membership today on Friday and go through the training about how to create your digital course, and I'd share with you how to use it, how to do it with using ChatGPT, so you're not trying to sit down and write everything out. You can have your digital product ready and launched by Monday for sale. But a lot of us overthink it. I've had people on calls that say, okay, I'm going to launch my course. I'm going to work on my course, but I'll launch it in 30 days. No, ma'am. Not if you're working with me. We're launching that course right away. Like, because that 30 days, it will turn into procrastination, it will turn into overthinking, it will come and turn into not launching that course. So when we get these inspired actions and these ideas, it's time to start running with them. It is time to start running with them. These ideas that we have can no longer collect dust. So I'm here to help. Make sure you are dropping any questions that you have. I am enjoying my last few weeks here in Playa del Carmen. I have about probably 20 more days here in Playa del Carmen, and I'm excited for the next adventure, and I can't wait to share it with you. All right, so I will talk to you soon.